right.
Soothe your
That ass.
Oh.
Oh, Lord.
I'm gonna use that as a cold open, and I'm gonna end it with a Howard Stern. Hey now.
Hey now.
Okay.
See now, you're a liar, because now what you're really gonna do is end the cold open with you saying that's gonna be the cold open, and I'm gonna end it with Howard Stern. Hey now.
Hey now.
But now that I've talked about that, you're gonna end it so that the cold open actually is then me saying that. You're like, that's how it works. The more you invoke cold open before we before we start recording the show, the more it gets siphoned into what is the cold open.
He's gonna end the cold open with the opening.
Wait, what? So you're saying like the end of the show proper is going to end with the cold open, so it's like a cyclical thing?
That's not what I was trying to say.
No, I know what you're trying to say. I'm asking what Jesse's trying to say.
He's gone.
Yes, time is...
The cold open got him.
The cold open's a flat circle.
See, now that we've said those things, this is all included. You're going to put it all in.
I mean,
I'm included.
It's too long at this point, even for me.
I don't know. I don't believe
says
it.
the guy who made a 2-minute cold open.
Okay, but the cold open.
The more you say the words cold open, the longer we create the cold open.
The ones that go on really long, the only times we've done that are the ones for Joey Hortada and Chad Scrompus.
We're doing it right now, as we speak. Every time you say that word.
This is
in
what
order for
I'm
this
saying,
cold open
though.
to be as long as it is, we need to invent a character.
Exactly.
That's how it
the
works.
only reason that this would go on as long as it is if we were going to bring in like a goofy character.
All right, here we go. Johnny Booker.
Coldstein Opelman.
Coldstein. God damn, that's good.
All right, so let's expand on Coldstein Opelman.
Coldstein Opelman needs a voice. I do Joey Hortada, John's Chaz Krampus, Cullen, and Jesse. One of you needs to be the voice of Coldstein Opelman.
Oh my god.
Well, he's obviously Jewish, right?
I mean, with a name like Coldstein Opelman, I guess.
I don't know if I can do a Jewish voice.
I don't know if I can.
I think you both probably can. I don't know if you should.
I don't know. I really don't know where to go with that.
He's probably at least Eastern European.
You said that, and I imagine him as just like an evil witch in the woods, and I don't know
It's
why.
definitely not that.
Wow.
Coldstein Opelman is probably mild-mannered at best.
Yeah.
Ugh. Oh, then I definitely don't want to be that character.
What's Coldstein Opelman's job? What's he do for a living?
Nothing interesting.
He's
works
probably
in
just
I think
he's a traveling salesman.
I think he's
right?
an insurance broker.
No,
Yeah,
he works in like a box sealing plant. Like he's like he oversees the department that makes the glue that seals the boxes together.
I kind of like Jesse's insurance broker thing.
Yeah,
I kind of want to
yeah.
hear Jesse. Give us a good. You're an insurance broker named Coldstein Opelman. This has been going on for about 5 minutes now. We're counting on you to wrap it up here.
Goldstein Opelman has he's been divorced once.
Okay, I need a voice. I need you to do your
Coldstein
best Coldstein Opelman.
Coldstein Opelman has just quit smoking. He's been smoking for like 20
hold
years.
on.
So he's
Is
like,
this the voice? And Coldstein Opelman speaks in the third person?
oh, yeah,
And Goldstein Opelman's whole thing.
here.
Oh boy, I don't like it.
That sounded like Paul Hogan.
I don't think Coldstein Opelman is going to be a fan favorite at all.
Hey, bud, Coldstein Opelman here. You looking for insurance? I got you covered. Just use my card.
I think we can do better.
Opelman rules.
I think we can do better.
Jesse, I appreciate Coldstein Opelman.
I think we all appreciate Coldstein Opelman. It's the implementation we're worried about. Oh my God!
Hey, Joey, I'm Coldstein Opelman. And
that's Joey Hortada. Come on,
it's the same person. I think that's his other ego. I think this is split ego. That's what it is.
All right, we have like 3 minutes to work out what the topic is going to be this week.
Hey now.
Welcome to to Bracket, the only show where we take a bunch of shit and face it off against another bunch of shit to see what the best shit really is. I'm your host, Cullen Jennings, and joining me today is John Abbott.
Hey, it's me. I'm John. I've been training in zero gravity for the past, I don't know, like a minute.
Well, it's a year in your time, and then outside of the chamber.
Okay.
Well, okay. Well, don't forget about Jesse Knowles.
Hey, I'm Jesse, and I'm here to avenge my family who were slaughtered years ago by
I
the
really
current
thought
champion.
you were going to cut it off after slaughtered, and it was going to be super grim.
Who were slaughtered. And nominated the creator of Jesse's Family that was slaughtered.
Oh, no.
Hi, I'm Greg L. Mercer, and I'm like the jokey novelty character who, like, only does, like, punches but lies on the ground or something. I don't know.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And
Oh.
so it's super impressive when you beat somebody using me.
Right.
That's the deal.
Okay. Well, and we have our special guest. We got Persia from Team Broken Tier.
Hey, what's up? This is Persia. I actually think I got invited to the wrong call, but I guess I'll stick around anyways.
Perfect. Finally. Someone willing to stick around.
We've been
really what
trying
we-
to get people for years.
That's what we should do for this show from now on, is just, like, open the virtual Skype door and have on whoever joins the call. Like,
Well, all right, guys, you heard everybody talking about it. We're going to do the 16 best fighting tournaments in a tournament. So if that kind
It's
of
a-
messes
it's a
your head
meta
up a
tournament.
little bit.
Tournamentception.
Right. So we're going to go right into this fighting tournament. In round one, Group A, we've got the Olympics versus the Tri-Wizard tournament. I was like, Tri-Wizard. In Group B, the World Tournament from DBZ versus Kumite from Bloodsport. We got Group C, Unreal Tournament versus Battle Royale. Group D, Hunger Games versus the Pokemon League. And Group E, we got the World Warrior Tournament versus Royal Rumble. In Group F, we have the Battle of the Bands versus Thunderdome. And Group G, we've got King of the Iron Fist Tournament versus BattleBots. And in Group H, we've got Mortal Kombat versus Enter the Dragon Tournament. So, right away, round one, Group A, the Olympics versus the Tri-Wizard Tournament. Who cares to take a stab at it?
now, I have a
Hey,
question.
hold on, John. I forgot to announce that Greg is in the hot seat this
Yeah.
week, everybody.
have
My
to
question
vote
was going to
first.
be who's in the hot seat.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Oh, okay, there we go.
Perfect.
So yes, Greg is in the hot seat this week, so he has to vote first and cannot change his vote. So,
Spicy.
so yeah, Tri-Wizard Tournament versus Olympics. Who's stabbing it?
So one of these is real, and the other one is not, which seems like a strong.
Well,
strong
you
push
wouldn't
in
know
one
if you
direction.
would not know if the Tri-Wizard tournament was real or not. 'cause
Yeah,
you're
you
not a
muggle.
wizard.
I guess
Exactly.
that's true. I'm a filthy muggle.
is way more interesting to watch than the other.
Well, here's the thing: the Tri-Wizard tournament, like some large portion of it, takes place completely underwater, and there are no cameras in that environment. So.
Right, it's kind
Yeah,
of
but
fucked
imagine
up,
the
yeah.
tension to that.
I mean, you're
Sure.
just sitting there, saying like, "Well, I wonder if they're gonna come back up."
Right, like here's the
How
thing
much you
is,
pay for these tickets?
Exactly.
yeah, I don't know. I think that we have. See, here's the thing. You said Olympics. We didn't say which Olympics. We have Winter and Summer Olympics.
That's true.
So like, I think there's a lot to merit on speed skating.
because they do fight a dragon in Winter Olympics.
Yes, they drag it out of its hollow and it's freezing cold winter. Yes. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Tri-Wizard tournament, it's super cool. Like some of the events in it are really, really
Okay,
fun.
we have on record that Cullen hates Harry Potter and everything about it.
That's not true. That's not true. Just most of it.
So before we do anything else, I'm going to come in hard and fast as an Olympics vote, because one of these, it is people literally training their entire lives. They're at the top of the game. They are deadly. They are the most powerful humans on this planet. Whereas the other is literally a bunch of high schoolers fighting each other.
The
I
high
have
schoolers
no
are
idea.
chosen by a magical goblet, Greg.
I guess you got me
Exactly.
there.
So
but
I have a
can't change my
question.
vote.
I have a question about the Tri-Wizard tournament. Is it
Yes.
is it always? I don't remember. Is it always held at Hogwarts, or does it travel around like the
No, it
Olympics?
travels around. Hogwarts
Yeah,
got to be the host of it
Okay,
that year.
so
during
Yeah,
our
and this is maybe a little too this is maybe a little too serious, but I just want to know if the Tri-Wizard tournament has a chance of like displacing people from their homes and ruining entire like.
Well,
Oh,
here's the thing.
jeez.
It
Like,
can kill
having-
children.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. is-
One dude died in a Triwizard tournament. It's
Yeah,
not.
I don't think that was. I think like they had. It's dangerous, but I don't think they ever actually have any recorded deaths. Like I think that they have measures in place to keep
Well,
people from actually dying.
I mean, that's the thing, is that the reason a guy died in the Triwizard Tournament is because Wizard Hitler came back and murdered him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a big
that wasn't a
dramatic
part of the
thing.
actual tournament.
Yeah, I don't think that was scripted.
So disclaimer.
I'm gonna vote old Trip Wizard T-Mint. Sorry. I'm gonna vote for the Triwizard tournament.
Old Trip Wizard T. That's what you're trying to. Yeah, I'm a Triwizard Tournament vote as well. Like I don't get. I know they trained their whole lives for the Olympics, but that's who cares? I'm a Triwizard Tournament.
Yeah, you know what? I give my respect to all the people who train for the Olympics, right? And then if you get bodied, you gotta wait 4 years to do it again or something like that, right? So
Right.
that sucks. But the Triwizard Tournament, you know, that's a once in a lifetime thing. I don't think you get to run that back at all in the future. You know, freshman year, I was in the Triwizard Tournament. Senior year, I'm about to go again. No, I think it's a one thing. You don't even get to wait 4 years. I'm gonna go with the Triwizard Tournament.
Wow.
Okay.
Hold on. I have one more question. I might change my vote. It depends on the answer. What are the prizes? Does Triwizard Tournament have like first, second? Is there like a gold, bronze, silver thing in that, or what?
I mean,
what are
that's
the?
the
know if
thing.
there's-
We don't really know because it ends with Harry Potter carrying a corpse into the
I'm
school.
sure in the book before it takes place they explain what the winner
he
gets.
gets taken. He gets
There's a
taken to. Yeah, there's a trophy. It turns into I think they call it a port key or something. But there is a trophy. I don't know if there's a silver or bronze, but there is a trophy. The trophy actually takes them because it was planted by Voldemort. But yeah, I mean, there's a trophy. So like,
and
there's
it turns
definitely a
out-
prize.
It says
I'm reading
champions
right
compete.
here.
Yeah, I'm reading. It says champions compete for the honor and glory of winning the tournament for the Triwizard Cup and a monetary prize. Doesn't sound too impressive.
Monetary
Here's the thing.
prize though.
Here's the thing.
The glory,
cup-
come on.
No, the cup has to go to the house. It doesn't go. Here's the thing. It doesn't. Whoever it goes to, it just goes to the house. It doesn't mean like Harry Potter gets a cup. He
Yeah,
doesn't
but-
get shit.
Yeah, but either way, like in the Olympics, you're also representing your country. Like either
But-
way, like
But Smoogles,
Yeah, but you get to
Smoogles,
take home
No, but-
a medal.
But if Smoogles Boogers Wart is in that house,
I'm sorry, who?
Smoogles Boogles Wart, a character
Cullen's original Harry Potter character.
who lives in.
He's
who
there.
lives in
I've seen the
house.
movies.
Yeah, he's in there.
Can
He
I
lives
ask
in
what
that
house he's in, Cullen?
Oh, he's a
In the
Gryffindor.
background.
He sucks
Oh,
so bad.
that sounds like a
Uh,
Ravenclaw. Come on.
Okay. But say let's say like I mean if he didn't do anything like you know he gets that no I'm an Olympics vote. I can't if you work your ass off over and over and over there's nothing cooler than like I don't know like speed skating rules to me. I think speed skating cool and bobsled's cool. Come on.
Bobsled.
It
That's
stands
your
at
go-to
2-3.
argument.
Is anyone changing their vote?
No, I'm gonna stick with Triwizard.
I might change my vote.
Oh no, don't.
I better sway him.
Jesse, you love magic and ghosts and libraries
and
that
teens
change
who get
their-
into hijinks.
And
Yeah,
think of
right?
all of the magical hookups
Yeah.
Harry Potter got after that.
Yeah, you're
You
right.
know?
I think I'm going to stay Triwizard.
Yeah, you gotta say.
All right. So it looks like the Triwizard Tournament knocks out the Olympics 3-2. Well, that was a thing to say. Half of the world is freaking out about that right now.
Only the muggle half.
Right. The World Tournament from Dragon Ball Z versus Kumite from Bloodsport.
Now,
I have
Kumite.
never heard of Dragon Ball Z. What is?
so Son Goku had a tail, and then he fought Master Roshi and
Yeah.
King Piccolo.
You knew how to ruin that and make that as boring as possible. Like,
That's literally the worst description of Dragon Ball Z I've ever
And King
heard.
Piccolo, before he died, spit out an egg, and then the Piccolo we all know and love came out of that egg.
Wait, the King Flute?
Wait,
spat
this
out
is
an egg?
Kumite? I don't remember any of this from Bloodsport.
Oh,
If you're not familiar, okay, so seriously though, if you're not familiar with Kumite, Bloodsport is, I believe it is the first movie that Jean-Claude Van Damme ever actually starred in, and it is 80s as hell. It has an entire scene that has no reason to be in the movie. There's a chase scene that it just turns the movie into a comedy for one scene. there is some weird, like, it's a product of the time, so like there's a little bit of weird racism in it. But it is like, I watched that movie because some friends said, hey, this movie's real fun and goofy. And I was like, oh boy, a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. Bet this is going to be bad and I'm going to laugh at it. And I watched it and it's actually a lot of fun and it's really cool and you should watch Bloodsport.
See,
Yeah, that movie's
I
really
thought Kumite was the thing that the alien says in the remastered Jabba's Palace scene before the lady alien sings. She goes, Kumite! And then she goes, Wachi baka ba boo.
Here's why I'm voting World Tournament. I'm looking at the Wikipedia page for Bloodsport right now. Bloodsport has 3 sequels. So there's Bloodsport 2, the next Kumite, Bloodsport 3, and then Bloodsport 4, the dark Kumite. So this is even the best Kumite we're getting. Like, you got, obviously dark Kumite should be on this list.
They already call Kumite like illegal and like...
Right, it's an underground and happens once a year. Like,
So
it's always
dark
gonna happen.
Kumite is a subterranean ground kind of.
Oh yeah,
thing.
yeah. They fight
Dark
like
Kumite
they
happens near the
drown.
core of the
It's
earth.
where they just get guns and shoot each other. I'm definitely World Tournament. DBZ, that is like the best storyline in original Dragon Ball is the World Tournament, no question. Because it's just fun seeing these wild martial artist dudes come up against each other. What's not to like?
Yeah. I'm gonna be a Kumite vote because I think Greg makes the excellent point, and that's the one thing that would have pulled me over to World Tournament. But I don't think you watched Bloodsport enough, evidently, because
You're
that's
right.
what Jean-Claude
I
Van
haven't
Damme
seen
is.
Bloodsport.
He is a creature of.
I should notice. I should note that Goku that's an all
Way into
right
blood
name.
sports.
Yes, Goku's an all right name for your hero in the tournament. Kumite's hero is named Frank Dukes, and it's based on a true story of a man who claims he fought in an underground martial arts arena, but there's no recorded evidence that any of it actually took place, so it's probably fake.
Frank
there's
Dukes
a lot of
sounds like-
evidence of who wins the World Martial Art Tournament. We have Spike the Devil Man, who won 2 unknown World Martial Arts Tournaments. King Chappa, Jackie Chun,
Which was Master Roshi in disguise, right?
right. Tien Shin Han won the 22nd. Goku won the 23rd, and the longest reigning champion, Mr. Satan, aka Hercule.
True.
Yep. There's a character who's a little bit like Mr. Satan in Bloodsport, but he's not. I mean, he's just kind of Frank Duke's friend.
Look, I'm gonna go World Tournament. It shouldn't surprise people who listen to this show. Dragon Ball Z has taken a hold of this show in the last couple of seasons.
Yes.
And, but I mean, here's the thing.
I'm trying to give it I'm trying to give it some competition.
I'll admit, I don't know. I haven't seen Bloodsport. I don't know about Kumite. So that's why I vote's going for DBZ. But also, just think of how much of a show you'd be in for if you were part of the audience for any of the world tournaments in Dragon Ball. Like,
Oh, yeah.
If you got invited to come to Kumite, you didn't think that would be incredible?
I don't know what it's like. I haven't seen it.
Kumite has the audience gets to chant Kumite over and over.
Sounds like a lot of pressure. That sounds like I'm in a high school pep rally.
Ooh, that responsibility.
The villain of that movie has the biggest bosom I've ever seen.
Oh Lord! Wow.
Yep.
Not the word I expected.
Answers might be changing now.
No, I'm a Kumite vote. I fully expect World Tournament to move on, but I just want to give that movie its due because that movie holds up real well despite all of its weird and like that movie has problems that should ruin it, and it kind of just makes it like funny and great.
It's 2-2, right,
Our guest
Colin?
gets to break this
Yeah.
tie.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So okay, in Bloodsport, right? I distinctly remember there being a whole part where Jean-Claude Van Damme was blinded by his opponent.
Yep.
And then he had so much time to stand around and look blankly into the air
Yes.
and push his hands out without
There
getting knocked
is-
out by this guy, right?
There's a super dramatic scene, and it's actually it's actually like in the last fight where the guy like pulls sand out of his shorts, I think,
Yep.
and he
Pocket
throws
sand?
it
He
in.
gets the pocket sand?
He
He
gets
gets
pocket
pocket
sand.
sand, and Jean-Claude Van Damme is just standing around around with his arms extended, like like his eyes are completely wide open, like he's just
And
seeing.
they're not even red or anything. But
Yeah,
he's
no, it
blinded.
just-
That's
Jean-Claude Van Damme just looks like he's just seen the weirdest shit, and he's just standing around with his arms extended, like, and it's just slow motion while he makes weird mouth noises, and he's just,
Sure.
it's real goofy.
Tremendous.
Whereas, the world tournament, they don't allow that stuff,
Oh.
doing, poking someone in the eyes and like cheating, they're not with that. So for that reason, off legitimacy, I'm gonna go with world tournament.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. All right. The World Tournament knocks out Kumite 3-2. We got Unreal Tournament versus Battle Royale.
So I've never actually played Unreal Tournament.
Oh, Unreal Tournament's pretty fun.
Yeah.
It was one of the only games that could run on my super cheap computer back in like 2004. So I had a real good time just playing like the demo of Unreal Tournament against bots.
Yeah, that and Diablo 2 were on repeat, off and
Yeah.
on for me. Yeah.
John, you have some fun facts about how Unreal Tournament
So
works.
I wanted to make sure that the game's called Unreal Tournament, and you could definitely, like, from what you're doing in those games, run around shooting other people, assume that there's an in-universe tournament going on. But I wanted to fact check and make sure. So I
You
pulled
can't
up
just
the
put tournament in your name and not be a tournament.
So I pulled up the Wikipedia thing about Unreal Tournament, and the story of how the tournament, also sometimes called the Grand Tournament in Unreal Tournament games, got started is, I'm just going to read this straight off of here. Now, it is the year 2341, 50 years after the legalization of consensual murder. The LMC has found the tournament to be significantly more popular than mining. I'm going to pause for a reaction there.
Oh, yeah.
The
Mine.
death tournament has been found significantly more popular than mining.
Right.
Now, merely a token element of their yearly profits, the professional league has formed. And so it goes on, and there's a champion of Unreal Tournament called Zan Krygor, and no one knows, he always wears cybernetic battle armor, so no one knows what his true form is, and Unreal Tournament sounds ridiculous.
I think we can assume Zan Krygor is actually Kazuo from Battle Royale.
I can assume that. For those not familiar with Battle Royale, basically it's civil unrest in Japan, and from the youth and the adults, and they slap restrictions all over I guess it's everyone under 18.
It's a retelling of Footloose, really.
Yeah, yep.
In a really fucked up way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's from what I understand, it's a story about, like, I guess what they do is
each of the-
go on.
It's the fucking Hunger Games. Can we say there's
essentially-
the Hunger Games
Pretty much,
about
the Japanese
2
version.
decades.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Hunger
but like
Games
what I
came
was gonna say
after.
was that, like, the people who, like, it's like a classroom, it's a school classroom,
It's
and
a
the
school
class
class.
is usually full of, like, they usually select this the classroom like, they'll have a teacher who's, like, completely dissatisfied with the way his students have been, like, acting up in class or something like that, or like misbehaving, and that teacher will apply or whatever, and then that teacher basically throws the battle royale, and, like, the students kill each other until one is left standing.
Yeah, only one can be standing. They have a chain on their neck, basically, that will explode if they try to leave the island, or if more than one is still alive at the end of the tournament. Yeah, that shit's badass. So
Yeah, it's
I remember
Hunger
seeing
Games,
one-
2
I
decades
remember-
before Hunger Games.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but one of the ones I saw, like, they were connected with, like, a partner, and then if their partner died or got too far away from them, like, they died too.
yes. Well, like, I think that's what the second one.
Well,
Or they-
Battle Royale really, like, it was big, and it like, a lot of things came out afterwards, like, going off the popularity of Battle Royale.
Also, it's a book and a movie. It's a
I
book
read the
and
book.
a
It was
movie.
based on the book, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, and I think that movie is super controversial in Japan at the time, from what I understand,
I
because
wonder
yeah, I mean,
Right.
they are not used to media violence as we are in America, and, like, that movie was basically, hey, what if we took a bunch of high school kids kids, and then you get to watch them kill each other in violent ways. And that was, a very controversial movie to release. Like, did you say it was 2 decades ago?
It was like 95,
Well,
yeah.
Was it that? Oh, wow.
The thing that we're missing about Battle Royale is Kazuo Kiriyama, who is, like, because of some kind of brain damage, this totally emotionless murder machine who happens to be 16 years old. And he's this genius, like, hyper sadistic, emotionless slaughter man.
Emotionless Slaughterman is what I submitted my nickname to be in the school yearbook.
Sure. Yeah, Battle Royale is my vote. Sorry.
Could I change your mind, Greg, if I
No,
told
'cause
you that
I'm locked
Unreal
in.
Tournament is significantly more popular than mining?
I am also a Battle Royale vote.
More like Zan Cry More, I'm a Battle Royale vote.
Wow.
Got
Okay.
him.
Oh.
Yeah. I definitely got to go with Battle Royale because, I mean, I don't know. When I was in middle school, there was a lot of people I wanted to kill. A lot of people was like, why are you here right now? You need to stop.
It is something you spend a lot of time thinking
You know,
about in
I
middle
could have
school.
been a hidden 16-year-old slaughtering machine, too.
Yeah,
Who
I just never
knows?
got the chance. Like,
Never got the chance.
I'm going to give a vote to Unreal Tournament. It's fun jumping around and shooting people and taking the flag from them.
Well, you're
Alright.
the only one, John.
If you give me put a flag into Battle Royale, put capture the flag into Battle Royale, and then I'll change my vote.
sure. All right. Well, Battle Royale knocks out Unreal Tournament 4-1. We've got the Hunger Games versus the Pokemon League.
This is a tough matchup.
I agree.
It is.
So, if you're not familiar with Hunger Games, it's basically Battle Royale.
If we haven't mentioned that.
I mean, the whole thing with Hunger Games though is that it's like this sort of sci-fi and dystopian future elements added into it.
Instead
Right,
of
and it's-
children versus adults, it's everyone's fun.
And they both Hunger Games is all about sort of like fighting these oppressive systems and stuff too.
And they're not selected like it's not a classroom that's selected as punishment. It's people have been selected from different districts, and they're selected from different districts, and then they represent their district, and they fight for like feeding their district, if I remember correctly. I've only ever seen the first movie.
if you win, you get rations, higher rations, and everything for your district and everything like that. Yeah.
Worth noting, Pokemon League technically, so like in the games, really is not much of a tournament per se. Like you kind of just meet certain qualifications to go on to like the final battles in that. Whereas in the show, it is sort of trainer on trainer ladder match style. And I mean, everyone knows how Pokemon works, right?
I mean, you do make animals fight, so.
yeah, yep.
This is
boy.
a really tough one for me. I'll be honest, I'm leaning Hunger Games just because it is more of a structured tournament.
Here's my thing here. So I'm going to go to the audience member argument here. I think Hunger Games has highs, but outside of those highs, you're just sitting there watching kids starve for 10 days.
Yeah, that's pretty boring.
Whereas like Pokemon League, you're getting a new match every like 20 minutes.
I see it different. I think it's much like tournaments of today's thing, like the Olympics. We don't have to watch all 10 days of the Hunger Games. We're going to get a recap. He does a recap in the movies for everyone live. Like
We
every
do
time
have Stanley Tucci. That's a good argument right
Right,
there.
but are you really telling me that? Okay, so your argument is
I
this
think the
sport's
first
so
day
boring
everyone's-
that
no.
they give you replays that you should watch instead of the actual event. Like,
No, because it's just like anything else. If it's 10 days long, if the Pokemon League was 10 days long, you would not watch every fucking match 10
sure,
days
but you
John
could tune
would.
in. You could tune in at any moment and catch a piece of excitement in the Pokemon League. Like
And who's to say
Ash's
you can't watch?
Krabby evolved to do a Kingler in the middle of a match.
Can I ask, has Stanley Tucci ever announced for the Pokemon League? Because
He is not.
the Tooch factor is a big decision in my vote. here.
I agree there. Like,
I think I'm going to go Hunger Games.
You know, the thing about the Hunger Games is like, all right, everyone's randomly selected, right, from their district. But how come, like, a lot of the people, you know, when they showed off their skills in front of the investors and stuff like that, everyone was OD. So they've been training, hoping their name was going to get pulled out of this bowl. Like,
Yeah.
well, I think
They're
they were
really
training,
just,
hoping
like-
because some of them were like, I'm going to go in here and kill. They were also killing machines. And most of them were, and some of them were old ladies.
Yeah, I mean, in the book, they make
Yeah,
a
that
point
true.
of saying, like, some dudes straight up from day one are like, I'm going to get in the Hunger Games and murder a bunch of teenagers.
Well, right, because you
Yeah.
can volunteer. Remember,
Yep.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I know that those kids are like starving and hurting and all, but people get to like vote and send them food and supplies, and you don't get to do that in Pokemon.
Yeah,
League.
that's a
Oh, 'cause you can't
audience
use items.
interactive experience.
There you go.
You know, that's amazing. Anytime I can interact with something, I'm instantly interested.
I am a Hunger
Multimedia sensory phenomenon.
Games vote for me.
Mine
is
too.
Greg locked in?
Yeah,
think that's
I
it.
have to be, yeah.
That's
Oh, boy.
it. Me and Persia were also both.
I am gonna vote Pokemon League, and I'll be honest, I feel a little personally betrayed by Cullen right now.
You said it. You exactly said the way it was. Like I watched it when it's live every year at the Nationals and Worlds. I enjoy it. I think it's great. I just do. Again, I didn't watch all of it this year. So,
Oh no! Hold on here. I'm not talking about people playing video games.
No, I'm
I'm
just
talking
saying
about
in
if Pokemon
general.
were real and we could go see someone pull out a Charizard and fight another Charizard.
Sure, but if the Hunger Games real, I would be fucked. I'm still
Jesse, I
voting
need
Hunger
your vote.
Games. Yeah.
I'm gonna. You know what? I think I'll vote Pokemon League because at least you're not fearing for your life constantly.
Just most of the time.
Just most of the time.
But
Right.
then you got people like us who can send you stuff.
Yeah, I'd send you machine guns left and right.
Fine. When Pokemon's real, Cullen, I'm not gonna send you a rare candy.
Okay, fine. Hunger Games
He's gonna
knocks
send
out
you-
the Pokemon League 3-2. We got the World Warrior Tournament versus Royal Rumble.
So World Warrior Tournament is, I didn't know this before today, that is like the plot line of Street Fighter.
Yeah, Street Fighter's
Oh, okay.
got a weird. I can't follow all of it. But yeah, Street Fighter's got a weird kind of story that's been happening with it.
Well, pretty much in every Street Fighter game, a tournament is happening, except for maybe like Alpha or
No,
something.
Alpha and Third Strike are not, from what I understand, are
That's
the
just
ones.
a
that are-
bunch of people angry at each other.
Yeah, it's a bunch of people who crossed each other on the street and they start fighting. But the rest are all.
the Royal
Oh,
Rumble.
Street Fighter.
Yeah.
It all makes sense now.
Man, I think here's the thing about that is like I always assumed there was like it was just a championship kind of thing that you were playing through. Like I played a lot of Street Fighter 2 and growing up, and I just always assumed that it was just I guess it was a tournament, but I just assumed that it was always just like a bunch of
No,
people
'cause
fighting each other from
even-
different countries.
Because like between the matches, like sometimes they'll kind of talk about what they're like. You know, someone will
Right,
say like,
no,
"Oh, I'm trying to get money for my village" or whatever. Like,
Sure. No, I get that, but like I didn't know if it was like if I beat it up enough people in the world, I'll get
There's
their
a-
money.
if I
Like,
just start
yeah,
beating up people, I'll eventually get what I want.
Yeah. If Dalsim rolls up and beats up everyone in the United States, then Dalsim gets the United States, I think is how it works. So
On that note, Cullen, do you want to tell us about the Royal Rumble?
the Royal Rumble has been around for 20 plus years. I can't remember exactly how many years, but every year WWE wrestlers and some celebrities, and it's always random, get into a ring. And what happens is every minute and a half, a new wrestler will come out. So you don't know the number. Nobody knows the number, maybe except for the guys in the back, obviously. So it's two guys fighting in the ring that come out, one comes out and the other comes out and they start fighting. And then every minute and a half, another person is introduced.
And if you get thrown out, you're out.
Yeah, if you get the only way to lose the Royal Rumble is to go over top of the ropes, and your both feet have to touch the ground. Yeah, they both have to touch the ground. So if you get tossed, a lot of people will throw each other off and stuff like that. And there's the big dudes that are
so wait,
fancy
if you get
vets.
tossed and land on your back and then get back in the ring without putting your feet on the ground, are you still in?
Sure,
Yeah.
but you have to make sure your feet don't touch the ground.
Okay.
Which
How are
they-
you going to get up and get back in the ring?
You like a
without using
handstand
your
kind of
feet?
thing or
Kofi
something.
Kingston is famous for doing handstands and flips and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
off of it. It's nuts. It is
Look.
the way the stupid shit they come up with just to make sure he can ride a chair over to the side.
Uh-huh.
I'm 100% a Royal Rumble vote.
See, that's all well and good, but no one in the Royal Rumble can like shoot fire and bend their arms and make electricity
Well,
come out.
Look, I was just gonna make that point. Like,
John, what
you
about
think-
the
you
Demon
think there
Kane?
are-
We've established.
You think that there are normal people in the Royal Rumble, but the one Royal Rumble I watched a man pull out worms and eat them in front of people, And
The boogeyman pulled out worms.
The
Yeah.
Cullen knows what I'm talking about. Like both of these have like a bunch of normal, like tough fighters, and then every now and then there's like a really strange person. It's like that shouldn't be real. Except with Royal Rumble, you just have to suspend your imagination a little bit, and that's not that. And look, you don't have to be a fan of wrestling to enjoy the Royal Rumble.
You're right. You're right. It's a surprise. It's also really fun to be like, if you're not into wrestling and you're watching it, and people like, oh no, this dude's music hit, and you're like, ah, and all your friends are freaking out. You can just throw shit and get excited. All right, so if you want to watch up something really silly, Drew Carey was in the Royal Rumble one year. And Drew Carey slides in, and Kane immediately scares him so bad that he just jumps over the rope himself. So,
Oh my god!
So
Hell.
I'm an easy Royal Rumble vote.
All I'm saying is that Blanca's cooler than any wrestler.
Well, that's not true.
Blanca's pretty
Opinions
cool.
are opinions.
Blanca rules, but I don't know about that.
Oh man.
Go ahead.
Royal Rumble, like I feel like it depends on which era it was for me. Like if it was like Attitude Era Royal Rumble, then all the way, like 100%. But at the same time, World Warrior Tournament, you know, you got Ryu. He's just a humble fighter, you know.
John
He tried to
Cena.
make his way.
Let me ask you this: how do you think
These
Ryu
are
would
like so
do?
similar.
So every character you name in Street Fighter, I can guarantee I can give you a wrestler.
But how do you think like Ryu and Chun-Li would do?
They
as,
would
like,
kick ass.
The
They would
sixth
kick
and
ass.
like last entry in the Royal Rumble.
If Ryu could last in, Chun-Li could kick ass too. Like,
Yeah.
Chun-Li
the
would
problem
just-
is you don't want to be number 1, you want to be number 30. Like,
yeah. You don't want to be in there the whole time
No,
fighting everybody. I think Chun-Li would win Royal Rumble. She would just
could be really
spinning
good.
bird kick everybody out of the free.
That's all she would have to do. Like she just get in the center of the ring and do a spinning bird kick. And
Beth Phoenix eliminated a bunch of dudes one year. So, hey, just saying.
So are you a World Warrior Tournament vote, Bercia?
Oof. You know what? I gotta go with the World Warrior Tournament.
There it
Okay.
is.
I'm also a World
Just
Warrior.
because I feel like Royal Rumble can be too situational depending on the wrestlers. But
Sure.
World Tournament,
Ooh,
you kind of
yeah.
have an idea, like a solid, like, ooh, I know I'm going to see Blanca, and I know I'm going to see Ryu, and like,
That's true.
Yeah, but if I get into a Ryu finals tournament, I'm going to be really
Yeah.
bored.
yeah.
So
We
Jesse,
know-
I think it's
you
tied up.
wouldn't
It's
be
down to
more
you.
freaked
It is
out
tied.
that you're seeing a clone of Ryu in real
Well,
life.
to be fair, in most in most big Street Fighter tournaments, mirror matches are frowned upon. So I don't think you have that happening.
So I have respect for both of these. But if I come at this purely from like an audience member type, viewpoint, I'll be honest. I think the Royal Rumble is more fun to watch.
I hate you. Think of all the exotic locales in Street Fighter. You could be watching that tournament with an elephant next to you.
Yeah, but then I gotta like fly over there and just to watch a fight. It's like, okay, let's go to
That
the
does
next
seem like
country.
a lot of work.
All right.
Jesse, you're gonna get beat up by somebody.
Royal Rumble knocks out the World Warrior Tournament 3-2. Battle of the Bands versus Thunderdome.
So can anyone tell me how many men enter and leave Thunderdome? I've always been confused in that.
3,000.
Okay.
None leave.
Okay. Interesting.
Thunderdome is the one that I haven't seen of
Yeah, same here.
Of
I've
them
seen
mad-
A lot
of
of
them-
people haven't seen Thunderdome.
of the angry Max movies.
Man, Thunderdome rules. You're really missing out on that.
And Battle of the Bands is that's just our generic, like, right?
Now,
like a Battle of
which-
the Bands.
Which playset is Thunderdome is one of those Mighty Max playsets, right?
Shut up.
It's the giant skull mountain.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just making.
I don't. Well, you know what? I'm ready to vote. So you guys go ahead and keep talking. I guess.
Battle of the Bands is fun. It only gets violent when people suck.
I've been in Battle of the Bands.
That's true.
I was in a Battle of the Bands with my band years and years ago, and the band. So the little short story, real quick. My band was Wachovia Bank Robbers, nicknamed WBR, so we didn't get sued all the time. So there was another band there that their initials were WBR. It's Woodbridge Road, because they were
bad
from
band
the
name.
area. It's so bad. They were like a folk rock, weird '60s hippie band. They were really bad. But everyone in that city that they were at, in Farmville, absolutely loved them. And they won this tournament like 3 years in a row.
Wow.
So then we showed up and we sang songs about like pooping and like ninjas and like we were just stupid and tacos and clouds, like all this shit. And we had a blast and we had 400, 500 people out there having the best time of their life. And we won that Battle of the Bands. So we got to go play with the band Yellow Card and Something Corporate and like a bunch of other bands. That was really fun. And I had a lot of fun with Battle of the Bands, but it doesn't seem like it's very violent to me.
Sure.
But at least now we know why Battle of the Bands is on this list.
Yes.
Battle of the Bands, if you're looking for violence, it's all in the audience.
Yeah, that is true.
Right?
Well, I mean,
So,
unless you're
another
Scott
aspect.
Pilgrim.
That's true.
Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim got into it.
Battle of the Bands seems like now, I mean, I'm sure in real life it works a little different, but if you're in Battle of the Bands, it's a little boring because you know how it's the last band to play is the one to win. It's how it works in every single movie. So it seems like a little boring when you're just watching. It's like, well, none of these people are going to win because they came first.
What's the show? What is it called? Is it like Eurovision? That's every.
Eurovision is every year.
We're counting that as a Battle of the Band, right?
That is a Battle of the Bands.
That, John, you just swayed me on
Yep.
the Battle of the Bands vote.
Wow.
I am also going to lock that in. Lordy won the Battle of the Bands one year, so
I haven't even seen Thunderdome, but I'm gonna vote for it because I think Mad Max is cooler than music.
Dude,
I'm also going to give a Thunderdome vote because
to the two guys that have never seen Thunderdome.
Turner.
You guys are dumb.
Persia, it is down to you.
I'm in such a violent mood now after going through these first few rounds that I gotta go with Thunderdome.
Okay.
There it is.
Just because I want to do Royal Rumble versus Thunderdome later.
Okay, fair enough. Battle of the Bands gets knocked out by Thunderdome 3-2. King of the Iron Fist tournament versus BattleBots.
I thought, yeah, okay, go on.
King of Iron Fist tournament is from Tekken. It is the only tournament on this list in which two bears regularly participate.
True.
There's
A man wearing a jaguar's head.
right, a man with like a whole head's worth of hair gelled straight up into the sky, as well as like three guys who all have devil blood. And then there's BattleBots, which is a real show where guys who make remote control robots fight in like a plexiglass cage.
And it is cool.
BattleBots
BattleBots
actually
rules.
canonically ended with the winner throwing the loser in a volcano.
Recently, BattleBots returned to ABC and has 6 episodes long. And the first episode, I was like, oh, this could suck. And then I'm totally hooked right away, except for, I'm going to come out and say this. I don't know his name, but hey, announcer at BattleBots that does the ring announcing. You are garbage. And if I ever see you in public, I'm going to cuss you out because you are terrible.
Oh,
Sorry.
no.
Sorry. Really, that guy
No.
sucks. You know it, John.
I don't
He
feel
does
safe.
suck, but
I'm calling him out right here.
it's
Come
not
on the
his
show.
fault. It's
Come
probably
on the
not his
show.
fault.
I'm going to vote King of Iron Fist tournament just because Tekken, I believe, is the first fighting game I actually
Wait,
played.
hang on.
can't
You're
believe
avoiding the robot entry?
I don't think Greg has ever voted against a robot in the entire history of the show. I don't know what this means, but I'm
Here's
scared.
the two things you dumb fuckers are ignoring. One, those robots are being forced to fight by human oppressors. Not okay with that.
You don't know that.
Two, Tekken has Combot, who's like an excellent robot who has all of the styles of all the other Tekken fighters all together.
Okay,
and
you don't
Mokujin,
know.
who's a living like wooden guy who
It
just
also has-
shows up every couple of years and fights in a tournament.
It
But
also
first
has
of
Jack,
all-
I think.
First
Yeah,
of all, you're
Jack
forgetting
is a robot. Boom. Suck it, nerd.
First of
I'm a
all-
Tekken vote.
First of all, you're forgetting the best fighter who was ever in a Tekken game, which was Gon, the little orange dinosaur.
Gon is a tiny orange dinosaur who's like 2 feet tall.
Is Yoshimitsu a robot?
Yoshimitsu's not a robot, but he is basically a cyborg.
I'm going to vote BattleBots because I like it more than Tekken.
That's fair.
I'm going to be a King of Iron Fist tournament vote, and because I was very unfamiliar with Tekken until I just decided to pick up Tekken Tag 2 the other, I think a year ago or so, and I was not you can't really be fully prepared for the sense of humor Tekken has about itself.
Yeah.
It is remarkably goofy and willing to make fun of itself, and I
You have a
kind
guy
of
named Bob Richards.
yeah. Bob is one of my favorites.
I'm looking at a Velociraptor wearing boxing gloves right now. I mean,
Yep.
come on.
Tekken's pretty dumb. I'm gonna
Colin
vote
Persia,
for that.
where's your votes?
Oh, yeah, my vote 100% goes to King of Iron Fist. I mean, you had me at 2 bears, so, I don't think any more needs to be said about that.
Fair enough. I'm going to be a BattleBots vote here.
There it is.
I love Tekken, though. 3-2. King of the Iron Fist tournament knocks out BattleBots.
I just want to point out that Tekken just moved on while Street Fighter didn't.
I
That's
know,
fair.
it's so sad.
That is a bad
The
move on our part.
last part on round 1 is Mortal Kombat versus Enter the Dragon tournament. Both star Liu Kang.
That's true. Enter the Dragon is a movie starring Bruce Lee, probably his most famous film. He plays like a secret agent who's infiltrating this tournament because there's a guy who's using this tournament on a private island as like a front for drugs or something. It doesn't matter. It's one of the greatest movies of all time, and basically every video game fighting storyline is based on Enter the Dragon, including Mortal Kombat.
I'd say almost more than like any other fighting game. Mortal Kombat is pretty clearly based off of.
But
Enter
does
the Dragon.
Bruce Lee say "get over here" and shoot a spear with a chain on it and pull
He
someone
does-
towards him?
He does on the back of my
Is
worksheet.
Bruce Lee a skeleton from hell that turns into a ninja?
He might as well be. Why not?
I mean, the thing about Mortal Kombat is that those games stopped being about a tournament a while ago.
Yeah.
Like the most recent games, there's like world-ending wars going on.
Okay, so the Mortal Kombat, I've been like playing 9, and that's like a retelling of the first 3 games, which are all tournaments, and they're tournaments they're deciding whether or not like a god emperor
planet
from another dimension can rule over Earth or not. So I think you need to slow your roll there.
Hey, in Mortal Kombat X, in the current Mortal Kombat game, there's not a tournament going on anymore.
No, there's not a tournament in Mortal Kombat.
Oh,
X.
I don't like that.
Yeah, but here's the thing, John. You're saying in Mortal Kombat 10, but there were 9 versions of a tournament before that.
Sure, but guess how many of those people like? 3 of
A
them.
bunch of them.
No,
I'm an Enter the Dragon vote.
Still a Mortal Kombat vote.
I'm a Mortal Kombat vote.
That's 2-1 right now.
Yeah, don't hate me, but I definitely have to pick Mortal Kombat because I don't know. I haven't been playing it a lot, but I have been playing MKX, like been watching it too. And have you seen some of these fatalities?
You throw an
like,
old lady at somebody in that game.
right? I mean, anytime he gets to do that, instant win. But the fatalities are insane. And of course, all the fatalities in all the games have been, pretty brutal. But now we get to see it in all of its high def glory. Like, come on.
True.
I probably would love to vote Enter the Dragon had I seen it, which should not be surprising for a lot of people now at this point. But I've kind of put Enter the Dragon high up on my list of like things to watch next. But anyway, I'm going to be a Mortal Kombat vote, just because playing Mortal Kombat 9 or just Mortal Kombat, I guess it's officially called. And watching the movie recently, I'm like, man, I've stayed away from Mortal Kombat for a while now, and this story is real goofy and dumb, and I kind of like it.
I'm just going to put this out there. Y'all's dumb, y'all's chumps, and I'll see you on the battlefield.
Mortal Kombat knocks out Enter the Dragon tournament 4-1. So that makes it round 2 for everybody. We got the Triwizard tournament taking on the World Tournament, Battle Royale versus the Hunger Games, the Royal Rumble versus Thunderdome, and the King of the Iron Fist tournament versus Mortal Kombat. This is actually really entertaining. All right, round
Just
2.
like a real tournament.
Lightning
Knock it
round
out
time.
here. Here we go. Triwizard tournament versus the World Tournament.
Real quick, who would win in a fight, Goku or Harry Potter?
Goku!
That's right, World Tournament vote.
World Tournament vote as well.
Oh man, if we go by that, then
Which would be more
come
fun to
on.
watch?
What's the?
Well, okay.
In
As
theory,
much
you
as
can
I
go
wanted
by
to
whatever context you want.
As much as
Yeah.
I want to defend the Triwizard Tournament, Greg is right that one of the rounds took place completely underwater and you couldn't watch most of it. Versus the World Tournament, which is basically two people fighting, but also sometimes they can fly. So
Right, but what if they fly so high into the air you can't see from the ground either?
Yeah, that's true.
That does frequently happen.
Does
And they move so fast, they're just flashes of light. You can't even really see what they're doing.
does the
probably
Triwizard
feel it.
Tournament have an announcer?
I think
Yes.
there are announcers.
Because the
yeah.
announcer for the World Tournament in Dragon Ball Z is one of the greatest announcers ever.
Here's the
not
thing:
wrong.
the announcer for the Triwizard Tournament is the same kid who announces the Quidditch matches. No,
is it
thank
really?
you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you, Greg.
Is that is that a sweep? Is anyone going Triwizard?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's,
I think maybe it would be more fun to participate in the Triwizard Tournament.
Oh, for
Yeah, 'cause
sure.
the other
Like,
one you're getting beat to death.
Yeah, and the
It's
other
like
one,
there are parts
Goku
of
is
the-
throwing a spirit bomb at you and
Yeah.
you die.
I
there
don't think
are parts
Goku
of
ever
the
used a
Triwizard-
spirit bomb in the tournament.
He might as well.
He
Why
thought
not?
about it. He thought
there are parts of the Triwizard Tournament that are like it's definitely more interesting to participate in because like you're not always like fighting something. Sometimes you're trying to solve a puzzle or a riddle, or you're like I'm trying to
I'm
prepare.
gonna
for
Oh
give
my
a-
God!
I'm gonna-
Wake me up when it's over.
I'm going to give a vote to that wizardy tournament.
We ain't had a
Right.
sweep yet.
There it goes. Tournament, World Tournament takes out the Triwizard Tournament 4-1. Battle Royale versus the Hunger Games.
I'm sorry, it's got to be Battle Royale, right?
It did come first.
Progenitor.
I don't know if it's different.
Does
I
Battle
think
Royale have like weird mutant people in it though? I don't think so.
it does-
That
it
was
does
the
not.
worst part of the Hunger Games. Come on.
The okay, so I'm not the world's like biggest fan of Battle Royale. I watched the movie fairly recently, and I didn't get a lot out of it. And I think it's probably because it was influential enough to the point where I've already gotten that stuff. But I think for me the most interesting part of Battle Royale is the fact that like there are characters in it where it's like, okay, these characters would be sympathetic and you would want to like be on these characters' side in any other story, but in Battle Royale, because of the stakes are so like grim and violent, these people become totally different and like they're like villains at that point.
Sure, but Katniss Everdeen.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's definitely like more characterization in Hunger Games, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, you weren't reading the book that I was. Mitsuko is a gang girl who carries
God.
a razor blade around in her skirt before the thing even starts. So when
Yep.
she gets a sickle, she is going around cutting people down.
It's true.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I do need
yeah,
to read
but
the book.
sure.
Is
Where
it
are
wrong
votes?
for me to vote for Hunger Games only because I like Jennifer Lawrence?
No, you can vote it any way you want because I think I might also go that way.
honestly, I feel like, okay, I haven't read any of these books. I've seen both I've seen the movies though for both sides. So as far as Hunger Games go, I feel like there's more thought behind their survival, whereas Battle Royale, they're just like, I'm gonna fucking kill everybody.
Yeah.
That's my only option right now, you know?
I
And you
think
got other
also,
people who are like,
also here with the Hunger Games, though, in my opinion, they're trying to overthrow it. They turned the games that everyone that regularly watches into a money people versus no money people, like a poor people versus just rich people. Like that's what it turns into, and that says a lot as far
Yeah,
as
I mean,
concerned.
but
It says a
Hunger
lot
Games-
in an in-universe type of context, but Battle Royale was also sort of like a commentary on like
Yeah,
that.
I mean, that stuff's there. It's
No,
just
no,
not
right,
directly
right.
touched on.
And Hunger Games definitely wouldn't exist without Battle Royale.
No,
Yeah.
you're right there. I'm going to be a Hunger Games vote because I love Jennifer Lawrence. Also,
yeah,
Fennec. So.
my vote's gonna go for Hunger Games too. Also
man.
because she changed the game single-handedly.
Yeah.
Of all the years it was going on, there was one winner, that was it. She was like, fuck that, I'm gonna do shit my way and we're gonna get out of this alive. And she did it! Like, what? Like, okay, no.
To be
I'm
fair,
hyped. Jennifer Lawrence, let's go.
Josh Hutcherson's pretty cute. I get it. I get
Yeah,
what she's
no.
saying.
Ooh-wee. All right.
Just save it for
I
next
was,
round, Jesse.
I was gonna say I was gonna say I was a Battle Royale vote, but
Okay. Well, the Hunger Games knocks out Battle Royale 3-2. We've got Royal Rumble versus the Thunderdome. All right,
Yeah.
real quick for the two that haven't seen Thunderdome, the Royal Rumble is way more entertaining than Thunderdome.
You say that, but I don't like wrestling, so I can't vote.
I'm a
Great.
Royal Rumble vote.
Okay, I'm a Thunderdome vote.
John, when
Just
you see
because you
Thunderdome,
said
you're
you
gonna
don't
be
like wrestling, my
Yeah.
vote's for Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I am like, it's not that I'm mad. I'm legitimately frightened at the pace and like wrestling is taking over everybody I know. I used to live my life happy with my friends and loved ones, and all of us could agree that wrestling wasn't good. And now I'm the only one left.
Colin,
Because-
lock in Royal Rumble before he can convince anyone.
Yeah.
I
That's a
don't like
done
the
deal.
slow
That's a done
takeover
deal.
that
Lock
wrestling has had
Boom.
over my life, over this show. It needs to be stopped.
Jesse, where's
the-
your vote?
A Royal Rumble vote.
Where's the John Cena music when you need it?
Royal Rumble knocks out the Thunderdome 4-1. King of the Iron Fist tournament versus Mortal Kombat. Reminder: Street Fighter didn't make it into either of these.
I know. That's so messed up.
I know.
I Street
I'm
Fighter. It's not
sorry.
my fault.
I know.
The
I voted
problem, Street Fighter, much better game, much better franchise, not as good of a tournament.
I don't
Yeah.
think that's
They really don't have their structure built right. Like,
I'm gonna go King of Iron Fist again for sentimental reasons, and because I can be a wooden guy who punches people with a sword.
coming in hot, also a King of the Iron Fist tournament because I fucking love Tekken.
I think Mortal Kombat has a more defined tournament than King of Iron Fist.
I don't know if that's true.
I mean, that's fine. You can think that.
Yeah, all right. John, Persia.
I haven't voted yet, but I'm just throwing that out there.
Jesse, you got to knock that off, man. I keep putting you down as a vote.
Of these two, I think I have more. I think I get more out of Tekken, so I think I'm a Tekken vote.
oh crap. I'm a Mortal Kombat vote.
Really, John? Yeah.
Persia.
Well, for me personally, of the two, I'm gonna go with Mortal Kombat because I don't know. I'm stuck on these fatalities. Like I've seen someone get their spine ripped out through their like neck hole as their head was ripped off. I mean, come on. You're not gonna
I
see
watched.
that kind
I watched a girl take a selfie with a guy before he got knocked out in Tekken.
Yep.
so-
right? 21st century. Let's go.
King of the Iron Fist tournament knocks out Mortal Kombat 3-2. We're into the semifinals. World Tournament versus the Hunger Games and Royal Rumble versus the King of the Iron Fist tournament. So, World Tournament and Hunger Games. Go.
This should be the finals.
Wow, really, John?
Yeah.
I'm curious what people's thoughts are on this. I really
mean,
don't
here's
want to
the-
vote first.
I
but-
think-
Again,
I
I think. Go ahead.
I think Hunger Games is maybe the better competition, or like the more interesting like.
You brought up Persia brought up earlier that like you couldn't like they'd be going fast and flying up high. With the Hunger Games, we know we can see them. Everything they do, we can see.
Sure,
But
my
sometimes you
thing is
don't
that,
want to
like,
see it.
my whole thing is that the World Tournament potentially has a greater, more interesting cast of fighters. Like
Yeah,
you're getting,
that's the thing I
you're
was gonna
getting
bring
some
up.
wild people with crazy, wild abilities.
So you're
But in
telling
the
me
Hunger
right
Games-
now that Katniss Everdeen doesn't deserve
There are a
to win?
handful of characters in the Hunger Games that stand out. The rest of them are nameless, and
mean,
you
yeah,
see them for
because
like
that's the
2 minutes and they die.
There are
And then
characters
in
in
the
Hunger
World
Games
Tournament-
that are only there to get killed.
Right,
Whereas,
and
like,
tournament-
some of these people are fighting for their lives.
no, and I agree. That's what I'm saying.
No big deal.
I don't know if you watch the World Tournaments, but some of these people are fighting for the ability to feed and or give like clean water to their village. So in a sense, they are fighting for people's lives.
Okay, I'm gonna let Cullen decide my vote right now. Who is the better heel, Hercule or Fennec?
Oh, Fennec, dude. Well, here's the thing. As a comedy heel, Mr. Satan gets it easy. But as a straight up heel early, I mean, Fennec.
Greg,
Fennec-
what,
Fennec
Greg?
plays.
Like,
Fennec has such a face turn that it is one of the best wrestling analogies in a movie I can think of.
Greg,
I mean,
what if
that's
I
the
told
thing.
you that only one of these had Vegeta as a competitor in it?
Oh, that's a really good point. I'm going DBZ.
Oh!
Wait, let me throw something out here real quick. Like you guys said earlier, right? They don't just chuck spirit bombs in the middle of this tournament. So technically, they're
Right.
sandbagging, right? So Hunger Games, they don't sandbag in Hunger Games. They go all out with all.
That's true. They got to worry about their lives.
Yeah, they don't just
Nope.
have some
World
secret
Tournament
power.
said, hey, if you trained it, if you earned it, you get to use it. And that's your ability. No one's sending you anything. That is 100% like two people duking it out. And also some of them can fly. So,
I mean, let's not forget that PETA's strategy was burying himself in the mud.
It worked pretty damn well, didn't it?
Yeah, it was working so well.
My vote's locked in. I'm DBZ. Everybody else, I need votes.
Let's go Hunger Games. That's my
Hunger
vote.
Games.
No
I-
sandbagging.
2-1
John
right
brought it up.
now.
I think DBZ Dragon Ball in general has the most potential to bring in like some of its most interesting characters during tournament arcs. So I'm a World Tournament vote.
John, it's down to you.
John's easily gonna World Tournament.
I've thought about it.
Oh no!
Yes.
God damn it!
I'm a Hunger Games.
God damn it!
And it's because
John?
I think
John,
here's the thing.
John.
When you get right down to it, the World Tournament is just another who can punch each other the most tournament. We've got enough of the other one
Okay,
on here is
that's-
that Hunger Games stands out as a unique competition.
That's all well and good. Do you think it's going to beat Royal Rumble?
It better.
The Hunger Games knocks out World Tournament.
It better.
3-2. Royal Rumble versus the King of the Iron Fist tournament.
Well, clearly it's King of Iron Fist that moves on.
I don't really want to vote for King of Iron Fist, but I will in this situation.
I'm a Royal Rumble vote.
Let's go Royal Rumble. Let's
Colin.
go.
Cullen has to break the
Lock
tie.
it in, baby. Lock it in. Royal Rumble takes it 3-2, knocking out King of the Iron Fist tournament.
Okay, I just want to say something. You guys know wrestling is fake, right?
And DBZ is real. Okay.
Right.
Goku died. Goku died.
Lots of people have died in wrestling.
If we're going by that, the only one that should have won was the Olympics. So.
All right, we're into the bronze match first. We have the World Tournament from DBZ versus the King of the Iron Fist tournament. Greg?
I gotta go King of Iron Fist just because if the androids were in the DBZ World Tournament, that'd be something. But King of Iron Fist has had a robot, World Tournament hasn't. So I'm King of Iron Fist.
World Tournament.
I'm World Tournament.
Yeah, I expected that.
King of the Iron Fist for you, Greg.
Wow, thank you, Colin. You're a sweet
I
boy.
like both of these a lot, so I can't. Yeah,
I know that's the tough part. Let's see.
I love
I'm
that.
trying to think here. You know what? I'm gonna stick with my guns here and go King of Iron Fist because I would still be very entertained to watch two bears fighting.
All
and
right.
kangaroo.
And a kangaroo, and a velociraptor, and a tiny velociraptor.
Looks like King of the Iron Fist tournament knocks out World Tournament from DBZ to take third place.
Not bad.
We're into the finals. We've got the Hunger Games versus the Royal Rumble.
John, I see what you were getting at now. I'm gonna go Hunger Games.
Here's the thing: I honestly Here's the thing: when we're all living together soon, at the next Royal Rumble, we will all actually be living together. And
Well, I know that's gonna be fucking insane.
it's going to be really, really fun. And John's going to be in his room and mad at us.
I'll be out on the town living it up.
He's going to be mad at us
You go to
because
the
we're
bar and
screaming.
everyone's watching Royal Rumble.
Hell on earth.
I don't know why he has such a distaste for it, but I think both of these are
Here's the
incredible.
thing. I was fine to have a passive, didn't care either way relationship with wrestling until it took everyone I loved away from me.
It had me first, John.
John, where's your vote?
I'm a Hunger Games vote. Here's the thing. I think there's only a handful of wrestlers that could survive out in the woods and the freezing temperatures and all that. I think Stone Cold Steve Austin is your only guy who's prepared for something like that because he's like a
just
weird, crazy redneck doomsday prepper guy.
His backyard is probably its own Hunger Games.
Yeah,
Sure.
it is. Yeah.
I think there's something to be said for someone like Bray Wyatt to survive that.
Colin, I'm
Oh,
gonna ask
man.
you where your vote is.
Damn it, don't put this on me. Here's the thing. I seem to be the only person on my entire feed on Twitter that is actively stoked as fuck for this new Hunger Games movie. And I
I'm pretty
understand if
jazzed
you're
about
burnt
it.
out.
Make no
Like,
mistake.
I understand if you're burnt out, but hey, it's
I-
over after this.
I've only ever
Like,
seen the first one, so
And
The
that's
second one's really good, Jesse.
second
They're
one's
all pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But wait, there's more. We should think about how every Hunger Games tournament, they do different stuff. Like
That's
Royal
true.
Rumble, obviously Royal Rumble is Royal Rumble. You got 30 people coming out every minute or whatever. But
Right, it
Hunger
is
Games,
worth-
they add new obstacles. They had like some little pie chart shit in that one movie that just went off whenever.
They
But,
got new maps every
yeah.
year. That's
They send
Exactly.
out dogs that have the human faces of the
Right?
dead competitors on them.
that's
Talk
Yeah.
about just scaring you to death. Like,
that was a really
it
dumb
is-
part of that book. I would.
it
I'm I'm really glad they did not do that in the movie. So.
It is worth noting that when Royal Rumble is written well, it's fantastic. When Royal Rumble is written poorly, it makes it, when it ends, and I've seen it firsthand, it ends and it leaves everyone with a bad taste in their mouth.
Here's the thing: if the Hunger Games were real life and like your district didn't end, that would be the same as Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble last year. Everybody would be that upset. Like,
so what you're saying is the Royal Rumble needs human-faced dogs to come out and
Yeah.
just slaughter
they already
everyone in the
have
ring.
that. Like,
They do.
like, I think that's already. I
I need votes. We are currently 2-0 in favor of Hunger Games.
I'm still thinking, who's voted?
Oh, my vote's for Hunger Games.
Oh, there it is!
shit.
That locks it up! That's
Okay,
3-0.
here's the thing. I wanted the Hunger Games to win, but I could not be that person. I'll be a Royal Rumble vote just because I
Yeah, I'll
think
be
the
a
Royal
Royal
Rumble
Rumble
deserves
vote.
its credit. Yeah.
There it is.
All right.
We did it, everybody. We did it. Oh,
We beat
thank goodness.
wrestling.
I'm
The
actually
Hunger
very
Games.
satisfied that the Hunger Games won.
Yeah. The Hunger Games takes first place, knocking out the Royal Rumble 3-2. The Royal Rumble will take that second place. King of the Iron Fist tournament will take third, and the World Tournament from Dragon Ball Z will be dirty toilet water. So, Dragon Ball Z got dunked.
That was intense, y'all.
Yeah, those final 8 got really into
Right.
it. So.
I mean, we had our
That
own
was
fighting
not-
tournament right here to determine a fighting
Seriously.
tournament.
I think we all raised very valid points.
Oh yeah. Well, Persia, thank you for coming on this week.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It
and
was
what
really
you got,
fun.
Yeah, what you got going on?
Well, this weekend I'm going to be in Detroit. There's a YumaCon going on, where I'm also hosting a analyst desk / exhibition / I guess sports center type thing for Marvel, which is a game that I heavily push all the time. And got that going on. We also have our own podcast every first and third Tuesday of the month, that is strictly talking about all things Marvel, everything going on in tournaments for Marvel, you know, any hot topics going on in the community and so on and so forth. And I guess lastly, of course, shout outs to Team Broken Tier, BrokenTier.com. They make apparel for all, you know, fighting game fanatics. So anybody who's listening to this and was hyped talking about Mortal Kombat and Tekken and Street Fighter, you should definitely check out BrokenTier.com, get some awesome shirts. And yeah, that's about it.
If you're really mad that Street Fighter did not advance, go to BrokenTier.com.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Soothe your wounds.
There we go. All right, everybody. Well, as always, you can find us at bracketpodcast.com, on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram as BracketCast. If you like, you can subscribe to iTunes or whatever podcast client you use. Just search for Bracket.
Hey, everybody. Okay, I get it. We're not going to do any more of the wacky characters for a while. It's just Greg reading the Patreon update this week. Letting everybody know, Bracket's brought to you by Nick Driver, Jeff Griswell, Steve Politaruti, Brandon, Lindsay, Keiko, Zeppawolf, Will Kusleka, Kayla Smith, Anarchy Marie, GX Barnett, and Michael Zavala. Thank you guys. That's super cool of you. We're going to try and get more of the exclusive Patreon episodes up soon. And we've had so many dumb shirt design ideas. John is super burnt out on art, which is why this week's episode art was made by me in Photoshop in about 10 minutes. But the good news is now we have like canonical images of what Joey Hortada and Coldstein Opelman and Chaz Krampus, well, maybe Chaz Krampus will change the design on, but we kind of know what they look like now. Oh my God, I'm so tired. It's 5 a.m. I love you guys. Bye.
And I want to know what character would be the best to fight against in the Hunger Games. I don't know.
I want to know. I want to know what character would do the best in the Olympics.
No.
Goku would just win every game, right?
In all the Tekken universe, who wins the Royal Rumble?
Gone.
Yeah, the tiny dog.
All right, so we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Yeah.
Bye.
Doing a professional radio show on the internet, on the internet, on the internet, on the internet, on the internet.